As the American embassy was bombed in 1999, I was hunkered in a Russian Orthodox church, gazing at the whitewashed faces of male saints that filled every inch of the sanctuary, hands raised in endlessly brooding benediction. Where are all the women? At the temple of St. Catherine's Monastery, a sensory overload accosted my eyes on the Sinai Peninsula as I scanned the scene and found only 2 women crammed among all the icons. At the Temple of 1,000 Buddhas, not one woman was portrayed, and I continued to ask, where are all the women? Thus began a new lifelong project, Holy Women Icons. Subverted, feminized, queered folk, resisted, and I hope, revolutionary. Confronted with a virtually all-male sainthood in every major wisdom tradition, the Holy Women Icons Project gives traditional iconography a folk, feminist twist. After a decade of painting, over 100 icons fill the ever-growing collection, and they're joined by a book about these revolutionary women's stories, accompanying each icon image with an essay about the woman portrayed in Holy Women Icons, published in 2014, and then an invitation to join in the co-creating process in Holy Women Icons Contemplative Coloring Book. Currently, I am searching far and wide for a literary agent to help broaden the audience, as 50 more women have joined the collection, and I want to have a Holy Women Icons Volume 2. So with 100 revolutionary women painted, with articles published in print and online, and a smattering of online retreats, I turned the Holy Women Icons Project into a nonprofit, seeking to empower marginalized women by telling the stories of revolutionary holy women through art, writing, and special events. Because one day I'd like to stop asking, where are all the women? The Holy Women Icons Project is an opportunity to see women, and particularly women of color and or queer women, who have enlivened revolutionary work, yet whose stories remain hidden in the crevices of our canons at best, strategically erased at worst. And as much as we endeavor to dismantle the gender binary altogether, we simultaneously acknowledge the particularity of violence and erasure perpetuated against women of color and or queer women by lifting up our revolutionary stories from history and myth. Whether it's historical women like Polly Murray, Gloria Anzaldúa, the midwives of Standing Rock, Marsha P. Johnson, Wangari Maatai, Audre Lorde, Dolores Huerta, Perpetua and Felicity, and so many others. These are the shoulders upon which we rest in our creative quest for beautiful justice. Or in goddesses like Guanyin from Buddhism, Sarasvati in Hinduism, Hina in Hawaiian mythology, Nephthys in Egyptian, Xochiquetzal in Aztec mythology, Borghild in Norse mythology, Oya, Orisha of death and rebirth, Santa Muerte, Mexican folk goddess, and so many more. These goddesses offer us entry points into traditions outside our own. Or in Scripture, with Lilith, who sets all women free, Deborah, who's the dismembered woman, whose violent death is redone until we give her story voice, Mary Magdalene, Salome, the Shulamite, whose dancing curves are doted upon and loved by another woman in Scripture. Or in these myriad cultural manifestations of Mary, like the Virgin of Caridad in Cuba, Our Lady of Sorrows, the Virgin of Regla La Negrita in Costa Rica, or Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico, reminding us of the power of creative justice at the borderlands of beauty and despair. Or finally, in what I call virtue goddesses, archetypes that have ushered in a visionary twist to the folk feminist style that defines the project. In Mother Goddess, Fiam, the goddess of becoming, Pride Goddess, Protest Goddess, Goddess of Wild Hearts, Goddess of Wonder, all for sale on the table over there. These holy women icons take shape not just in canvas and writing, but also in online retreats, celebrating self-care, mindfulness, Advent, queer spirituality, queer worship resources, and queer spirituality for families, so you can do it with your kiddos. Accessible and affordable, these online retreats feature images of the icons along with reflective essays and applications for our everyday lives in the forms of rituals, embodied exercises, guided writing, prayers, blessings, meditation. And now you're wondering, wow, that's amazing. How can I get involved? I will tell you. Grab your smartphone, head over to holywomenicons.com, sign up for our email list. While you're there, go ahead and purchase an original icon print, card, book, shirt, register for a retreat for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and then head over to Patreon or our donation page. You can become a one-time donor or monthly for just $5 or $10, something like that, thereby receiving our never-ending gratitude and a tax deduction. If you don't have funds, I get that. You could organize a Facebook fundraiser, or you could like, love, retweet, share, tell all your friends, congregants, neighbors, students, everyone you know, because these folk feminist icons remind us that radical imagination emboldens, inspires, and empowers marginalized women. With over 100 revolutionary holy women from a variety of spiritual traditions, historical epochs, and cultures, the Holy Women Icons Project offers a corrective to the cis-hetero-patriarchal whitewashing of spiritual figures from across wisdom traditions and imagines a more just and beautiful world where the oppressed see reflections of ourselves as holy. May the lives, legends, and legacies of these revolutionary holy women galvanize us all to create change, to do justice, and to lift our hands in resistance as we seek to create, sustain, and empower together. Mahalo nui loa.